Hello, welcome to this week's NASCAR Quick Hit here at SHIPIT Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and today we're going to be discussing the Jack Links 500 taking place at the Talladega Superspeedway. As always, please go ahead and hit that like button, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It really does go an incredibly long way in helping us with the YouTube algorithm. This week, TV coverage for the NASCAR Cup Series race is once again on the Fox networks, the main Fox networks in America, and TSN5 in Canada. Race coverage begins at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. So 3 o'clock Eastern Time on Sunday. We are once again super speedway racing this week. So that means place differential is king. We don't care about dominators, right? We don't care about dominators at all this week. Place differential is king. And these super speedway races can be extremely volatile in nature. Because of how volatile these super speedway races can be, I'm not going to go through the driver by driver starting lineup breakdown because, frankly, it does not matter this week, right? This week is essentially the NASCAR lottery of DFS. Now, some of you think that it's the NASCAR lottery DFS every weekend, and that can kind of be true. But this is really, really the NASCAR lottery of DFS. Let's see here. This weekend, salary does not matter in the slightest. Okay. You can have 10,000 left over. You can use all 50,000. Salary does not matter at all on DraftKings or FanDuel. The only thing that matters is how you structure your lineups. And in my opinion, you should consider all of the drivers fairly equal once you narrow down your player pool. Now, let me go ahead and minimize my notes here, and I'm just going to discuss how I handle a normal super speedway slate just off the top of my head. So, first off, you will see the practice is blank. From super speedway races, NASCAR runs zero practice. All they run is qualifying. So the cars unloaded off the truck, went through tech on Friday, and went straight into qualifying on Saturday, where they will now have no practice and go straight to the race on Sunday. So no practice to care about, no groups to care about. So we don't got to worry about if this driver went out earlier or later. That stuff does not matter this week. The first thing you should really be looking at is your player pool and how you can construct it. Since place differential is the king, again, I'm going to hammer that point home, and this will be a quick hit video this week. Place differential is king. If you are playing cash games, double ups, hell, even like, single entries, you should really be starting your builds from probably like 20th on back, right? From Bubba Wallace on back. If you are doing 20 max GPPs, if you want to get crazy and maybe go to the top 15, start with Todd Gilliland and work your way back, great. But even then, I would only use, say, one driver that's starting 15th to 25th in your lineups, because that way it still allows you to be different while still having the majority of your lineups being place differential lineups. Okay. If you're playing mass 150 GPPs, here is where you can kind of maybe think about serious thought considering some top 10 cars. Because I do suspect that we will see probably a driver lead the bulk of stage 1 tomorrow, and then probably lead this bulk of stage 2. But then by the time stage 3 wraps up, it's going to be a shit show. So if you're playing 150 GPPs, if you want to consider one of a Kyle Busch, one of a Joey Logano, one of an Austin Dillon, one of a Ryan Blaney, maybe one of any of those drivers at maybe a 5% or 10% usage rate, I could maybe see that. But other than that, if you're playing anything else, just remove the top 10, top 15, top 20 from your player pool and only focus on your bottom half of the field, because they will gain you the most place differential points at the end of the day. And there's some great plays down here. Bubba Wallace, excellent form lately. Excellent super speedway racer. Plus 2,000 on the books. He'll get some usage. Ty Dillon. Look, Ty Dillon has shut me up many times this year. Ty Dillon has proven to be a good little super speedway racer in the past. No problem using him. Keselowski. He's been getting a lot of love this weekend. He has had some stellar super speedway runs in the next gen era. He's an old head. No problem playing him. Riley Herbst. He will probably be overlooked because he's a rookie. Riley Herbst. There's other big names around him. Don't overlook him. I'm not saying to play him over the field, but you should absolutely have him in your player pool and play him, because if there's tons of wrecks and he manages to get through them all, boom, and you have him, that's great, right? So Riley Herbst, play him. Daniel Suarez, no problem playing Mi Amigo. He's not the best at Talladega, but he has proven to be a good super speedway racer in the past. He won Atlanta, last year? No problem playing Suarez. Kyle Larson. The man gets himself in trouble on super speedways, but he's the greatest racer on the planet right now. So play him. Reddick, he won here, I believe, last year. Noah Gragson, excellent super speedway racer. He could potentially be overlooked just because of the people around him. Play him. Same with Hocevar. Play him. Nemechek. Play him. Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott will get a ton of ownership. Now, I haven't run projections. I haven't run ownership yet. I'm telling you right now, Chase will get a ton of ownership because he is excellent here at Talladega. This is a chance for you to get different. Should you play him? Absolutely. What you should think about is, do I go overweight on Chase so I can be different that way? Or do I go underweight on Chase and go heavy on someone else? Because he will get a ton of ownership based off of his name and his past performance here at Talladega. He's a good play, but that's going to be known by everybody. Anthony Alfredo, Fast Pasta, no problem playing him. Ross Chastain, no problem playing him. Cody Ware, this is the one weekend. Fire off Cody Ware. No issues playing Cody Ware. Eric Jones, play Eric Jones. Ricky Stenhouse, we all know Ricky Stenhouse is fantastic at super speedway races. It's probably the only thing I shouldn't say it's the only thing he excels at. It's one of the only thing he excels at. And he's starting 35th. He is going to get a ton of ownership. Again, I'm assuming. I haven't run these numbers yet. But he is a known, fantastic super speedway driver. He will get a ton of ownership. Is he a good play? Yes. This is another pivot opportunity. You can go very overweight on him. You can go underweight on him. Anything to get different. Should you play him, though? Yes. SVG. Look, he could absolutely be overlooked just because it's SVG and it's Talladega. Play him. He's in good equipment. Justin Haley. The kid's having a rough week. The kid's having a rough week. Should you play him? Yes. Will he probably get a decent amount of ownership based on his starting position? Yes. This is where I would probably maybe consider going underweight just because of the horrible week he's having. And I mean, first off, he lost his crew chief. Spire Motorsports and Rodney Childers have mutually agreed to part ways, so he no longer has his crew chief. And when they unloaded at Talladega, I want to say he failed inspection twice and had the car chief thrown out. And I think they lost their pit stall selection, but with a 37th qualifying effort, the pit stall selection really doesn't matter at that point. These cars are fast. Spire Motorsports cars are fast. I'm just kind of afraid something's going to happen with him and the team. Like someone's going to mess up somewhere. My opinion, I could be wrong. He's a great play based off of his starting position, but I don't know. The juju around him's kind of bad this week. The $1 Million Man, BJ McLeod, love him this week. And JJ Ailey, play him, love him. NY Racing Team is slow. I expect him to be last, close to last, the majority of the race. If there's major wrecks, however, old JJ Ailey sneaks his way up there and might get you 10, 15 spots. So, again, that is my... Somebody just fell in my house, I think. So I think that might be my cue to wrap up this NASCAR quick hit for the day. Again, the things you really need to focus on, or keys you need to take away from this video, is salary does not matter. Zero cares on salary this week. If you're playing cash games, I would focus on 25th on back. If you're playing 20 GPPs, 15th to the tail end of the field on back, with maybe only one driver from the 15th to 25th. And if you're playing 150 games, maybe consider having a Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Austin Dillon in your lineups. But even at that point, I'd only have them at like 5 or 10%. So that's going to be it for me. Again, this really is the lottery of all NASCAR weekends. Get crazy with your lineups. Get unique. Get random. Let's have some fun, boys. If you have any questions, as always, hit me up in the Discord. And as always, let's ship it. Oh, where's the video? Closing. Got it.